Welcome to Community America Ballpark. We're in the dugout. It's kind of spitting out here today. Here in Kansas City, Kansas, home of the Kansas City T-Bones. And the only reason I say that, I normally don't on these videos, but this is kind of a cool thing today, and you might be watching this who knows where. I'm Matt Fulks, Director of Media Relations here, along with starting pitcher Josh Rainwater. And Josh has been here in the last week or so. We've been seeing these, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but these baseball bracelets, necklaces emerging from the T-Bones dugout, and it's because of this guy. So Josh, so this could be a little how-to video of doing this. And so if you would, Josh, and thanks for doing this by the way.
Oh, anytime.
So how do we start doing this?
Well, most likely you want to get a good baseball, a new one, so the seams are clean and white. And then I like to use a razor blade, but this is what I've been using here lately. And you want to take it, and when you start cutting, you got to be very careful because, you know, razor blades are sharp. But you'll look onto the seam, you'll see the holes. You want to try and get as close as you can to those holes, which I've already pre-done this one. You get as close as you can to the holes and outline your seams. And then you get one done, and you'll pull it apart. And sometimes you have to go back, like right here, it'll catch here in a second. I've already done it a couple times, but it'll catch, and then you got to take your razor blade and nick it a little more, and then you just peel it all the way back. Like right there, it catches, so just to make sure I got a clean seam, I'll just come and still being careful and just peel it all the way back off.
And by the way, if Josh cuts his hand while doing this video, I will destroy the evidence.
All right, and then you peel back there's different ways to do it. Some people will take the razor blade and go ahead and outline this one again, but I like it to kind of be clean, so I'm gonna peel it back, and then I'm gonna do it with some scissors. So see, when you pull it back like that, that's gonna be your main spot where your laces are, and you got to pull those out of the ball. So then you pull your seams right here, and you got to figure out which one goes where. So see these two, you'll have 2 and 2. You'll see the split. So then I'll take the scissors, and you got to figure out so you don't cut them and waste any. If you want to make a necklace, if you're making a bracelet, you can just cut it around that area and go, because your wrist ain't gonna be that big. But if you're gonna make a necklace, you want to savor as much as you can. So you figure that out, and then you look on this side, and you figure out where the seam is on that side. And
okay, hold on. Before you cut that, I'm gonna show this up close, so you can see there's that space between the seams. Okay.
Then you find that space, and then you kind of flip it over, and you kind of eyeball on what seam it's going to be on in there, and you cut. And you just cut a little notch or whatever, just enough to get your scissors in there. And then I fold it back, and I get my seams out of the way, pull them back this way. And then I just start going like I did with the razor blade, but now I'm using my scissors close to the holes, but not cutting the holes. Like I was telling him a while ago, if you hit the hole, what it's going to do is open your seam up. Like right here, I hit that hole, see it opens the seam.
Oh, yeah.
It'll do the same thing down here, but if you want yours to look like his, where it's what I call twisted, because some people like them flat, and you have to straighten it out and flatten it. But if you like it twisted, when you twist it and you nick a hole, it messes your laces up. But then you just go ahead and cut along the line. Try not to hit the holes. This will probably take a little while.
So even though these have been, we've just been seeing these here recently, how long have you been doing this?
I feel like I've been doing it for a while. I want to say I did it in like high school. If not in high school, it was like right out of high school. So 03, 04 range, somewhere in there.
And so, you know, kids, get your parents' permission before doing this. I probably should say that.
Get your dad to do this if you're too young. If you do not want to cut yourself, it will hurt. And then at the very end, when you get ready to finish cutting, make sure your seams are out of the way again, and then cut it off.
See?
Now you're almost done. It doesn't take long at all.
Well, I was going to say that I paused the video. You probably saw the jump there. I paused the video, but I think it took him all of about 30 seconds to cut that.
Yeah, and it only took me probably about 30 seconds to outline, which when you do it for a while, I've been doing it, God, I don't know, what, six or seven in 2 days. So I'm kind of getting good with that little razor blade. But then to straighten it out, you just kind of pull on. Don't pull too hard because you don't want to tear it or rip it or anything. So just pull and straighten it out. And it'll come out like that. And then it's got a little gluey feel to it. If you want it to be like his and twine, then all you do is you twist. But the key is to twist and kind of pull and twist so it sticks together. And it takes a little while to get it to hold, which I had help from our trainer, Josh. I would hold one end, he holds the other, and once I get it all twisted and twined, we'll twist it hard together and then pull it so it really sticks. But after you make them, and if you see it starting to untwist a little bit, just pull it off and twist it some more. Some people say wet them and then twist them, but I've always just twisted and pulled. I guess I do it the harder way. I don't know if the water will work, so I don't want to mess it up, but I'm pretty sure it won't hurt it.
I think baseball's been wet once or twice, probably.
Oh, yeah.
So are you the type of kid that, to me, when the cover comes off the ball, I'm wanting to take all the string and twine off and see what's on the inside, and I'm not doing this with it.
Yeah, I actually did that too the other day. I don't know if you ever done that, but it starts out, it looks like this, but once you get that done, there's like yarn underneath, like 2 different types of yarn, and then a little red bouncy ball. Yeah. Well, if you cut in that red bouncy ball, it's a little like cork. Really? Just a little round cork. I have both of the pieces in my locker. I got bored in the game. We had 2 balls that we used, so I took them apart. I cheated, though. I didn't unroll them all. I cut them.
See, you always wonder what starting pitchers do when during their days off, and now you see.
Yeah, we get bored in the dugout. We goof off a lot.
So we're nearing the end of the season. As we record this, today is actually the last home game for the T-Bones here in 2012. But Josh is originally from Louisiana, and so what will you be doing during the off season?
Well, I'll be going back to work at KC Electric, family-owned electrical business back home, and I'll be working with basically family to me. I've been working with them for about 7 years off and on. They always give me a job when I come home. So
that's cool. So how many of these can you make out of one baseball?
One baseball will make probably for a kid like a necklace. You can do keychains. Like I think some of the guys, after I made them a bracelet, they've had probably about that much left, and they'll probably just like some of them did like a little twirl with it, and they're gonna put it on their keychain or whatever just for decoration. Some have little kids, they're gonna tie it to theirs. But for an average person, you're probably gonna make one. Like if I did it for myself, I'd probably have it there, so I'd cut it about there. I'll have about that much left, and once you untwine a little bit of that, you'll have about that much. So that's not really much to do with. So you can probably make one. Like I made one for our manager's son and you. Okay. I made 2 in 1. So it depends on the person and how big the wrist and the kid.
Well, okay, so I've got, and I haven't told Josh this yet, but I do have a couple requests from the household. The Fulks house saw these and thought they're just the coolest. And so with, you have any brothers, sisters?
Yep, got 2 brothers. Got an older half brother and a younger brother.
And so I'm sure you know that if one kid gets one thing,
you got to do the same.
You got it. All of them want it. So there might be a couple involved here. And so, but luckily we have a couple baseballs here.
See how I'm just twirling it. By the way, the whole time I've been sitting here, I just twirl it. Then once it gets tight, I try and pull it, and that just kind of helps the glue kind of get tighter along the ball and hold it more. That's it.
And that's all there is to it. So before where'd the scissors go?
Training room scissors.
Before it gets completely done here, so let's go on and show us. Go on and cut it and make maybe just make a couple of equal, as equal as you can. Act like you're making it for a kid.
Like how? So if I did them about that big.
Yeah, probably good. Okay, so now we're going to cut it. Actually, we're not. He is.
See, you cut it. You're going to have nothing sticking out, so you're going to have to peel it back. Just like that. And you have to wiggle it a little bit to kind of get it to let go. And you'll split it and just pull the seams out. And then of course you don't want to do too much, so just do as much as you want to pull out to tie it with. Oops. Nice hands.
That's why you're a pitcher.
Hey, we have good hands. So see, then when you get there, you want to fold your seams down, bring your scissors back, and then cut kind of close to the hole so you don't open that back up and cut that off. Okay. Then pull your seams back, twist it again. And then what you're going to do is when you put it on somebody's wrist, you put it on if they want to tie it on, and then when you pull it tight, you see how the seams, they come together, and then you'll do a double knot so you can find out if that's big enough. And if it's not, then you just untwirl it, do it a little more. But like I tied yours on, some people like in the clubhouse they're going and getting like clasps and stuff like you do for necklaces and bracelets, and they're going to tie those on so they can hook them on and off. So you can
very cool.
You can use different things to keep them on and off of you.
Okay. Well, very cool. That's your craft for the day. For this winter, during the off season, you can be making these, and you can give them out as presents. Sure. And, you know, I'm sure that we could put in some orders. We could start a little business on the side with this.
Oh yeah.
Cool. He is Josh Rainwater. He makes these cool necklaces or bracelets or whatever you want, keychains, backpack pull. You know, kids have backpack pull things on their backpacks now. You can use it for that too. So he is Josh. We are with the Kansas City T-Bones. Thanks for watching, everyone.